And a Heisman Trophy presentation tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. DeVonta Smith looking to be the fourth wide receiver ever to win the Heisman and join Johnny Rodgers in 1972, Tim Brown in 1987, and Desmond Howard in 1991. His quarterback, Mac Jones, will become the first Alabama QB ever to win it. The Tide have 2 Heisman wins all time, and they're both running backs, Mark Ingram in 2009 and Derrick Henry in 2015. Projected top draft pick Trevor Lawrence will be the 3rd Clemson player to ever finish top 5 in Heisman voting. Deshaun Watson finishing 2nd in 2016 and finishing 3rd in 2015. And Florida's Kyle Trask, off his 43 TD passing season, tied with Tua in 2018 for the 3rd most in SEC history, will become the first Florida QB to win the Heisman since Tim Tebow in 2007. As we flash back, he beat out Arkansas running back Darren McFadden to become the first underclassman to win the Heisman. Tebow did so by throwing 32 passing touchdowns and rushing for 23 more, making him the first major college player to run for 20 touchdowns and throw for 20 touchdowns in the very same season. It is good to have Tim Tebow with us on SportsCenter today. Tim, watching these 4 Heisman finalists all season long, who do you believe had the best season and why?
Oh, my goodness. Of course you would ask me such a hard question like that. I honestly believe this is one of the hardest years because all 4 are deserving. But I really believe the top 2 have to be Mac Jones and DeVonta Smith. And I know they're teammates and one's throwing to the other one. But, I mean, when you look at it, what DeVonta did, it's silly. And he was double covered most of the year, and he still made crazy amount of plays. But then you go to Mac Jones, and he's got the top QBR in the history of the metric. Do you know how hard that is? The history of us keeping that stat, he has the best of all time. And I mean, it's just so hard to pick between these guys. You go back and forth, and I really feel like, you know, a lot of people will probably give the nod to DeVonta, maybe just because of what he did on special teams and because he was double covered a lot. So I think what these guys did is unbelievable, and they're all deserving, and that's why it's really hard just to pick one.
Hey, Tim, DeVonta is the favorite to win tonight in advance of Monday's championship game against Ohio State. With all that you just outlined, what should be the Buckeyes' plan to try and slow that young man down?
Honestly, I don't think you're really going to cover him well. So what you need to do is you need to get pressure on Mac Jones. I think that's the best way to stop Alabama's offense is with a really good defensive line. Mac is a great quarterback, and they're the most efficient offense in history. But the way to slow them down is to get pressure because Mac's not the most athletic guy. So if you're able to get pressure in the pocket, make him move off of his spot, he's not going to have the same timing and rhythm to get it to DeVonta. And listen, this is a lot harder to do than it is to say, but I think that is the greatest way to slow down this Alabama's offense is get them off track by moving Mac Jones in the pocket where he's not doesn't have the same timing and rhythm with DeVonta down the field.
All right, on the other side of the ball, Justin Fields coming off that terrific performance against Clemson. This is the moment of the game, man. Fields taking the hit to the ribs from linebacker James Skalski, who was ejected for targeting in the 2nd quarter. Fields only missed 1 play on his way to 6 touchdown passes and a career-high 385 passing yards in the Buckeyes' 49-28 win. Here's his head coach Ryan Day talking about his guys' toughness.
Justin's such a competitive guy. You know, he wasn't going to come off the field, and that's just the way he's wired. You're going to have to pull him off the field, and you know, it was pretty amazing performance. And you know, it was good the next day. He actually, you know, his comment to me was that he felt better waking up in the morning than he expected. So you know, we'll keep working through the week and have a great week of preparation, get ready to play on Monday night. Yeah, I definitely expect him to play.
Now, after the game, Fields said even throwing 10 yards, it would hurt. How would his rib injury impact his preparation and performance against Alabama in this game, coming from someone who's played with broken ribs?
Listen, it's going to be painful, but he is such a tough guy. And you just saw it in that game the other night. He didn't flinch, right? He just he's someone that he has always embraced the moment. I think he's going to do that again in the national championship. I'm very close with this string coach, Mickey Marotti, who was my string coach at Florida. And he tells me all the time, and I've actually had the chance to go in the weight room with Justin, and Mickey will tell me all the time, this kid wants to do it. Hey, give me the numbers of everyone else in the country, everyone else you coach. What did Cam do? What did Tebow do? What all these other people? Because I'm going to break it. And you know what? He could never break this kid. This kid, he doesn't flinch. He's got a championship mentality, and that didn't start against Clemson. It started when he got to Ohio State, and he was building and he was training and he was training and he was training nonstop. And that's the one thing out of everything. He's so talented. But more than anything else with Justin Fields is I think he has the mentality of I am going to handle the moment and I'm not going to flinch. When other people do, I'm not. That's one thing I love about this kid. That's why I think he's going to play well against Alabama.
By the way, Fields and Bama starting QB Mac Jones have a combined win percentage of .946, tied for the 4th best between FBS teams over the last 15 seasons. It's going to be a great game. Tim Tebow, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.